My sister Christy and I exist like parallel lines that never intersect. At 25 and 24, we shared a roof but inhabited entirely different worlds. She flourished like a butterfly in a greenhouse, dancing through private school halls with a chauffeur at her beck and call and allowance flowing freely. Meanwhile, I grew like a wild weed, navigating through public school's concrete jungle, squeezing onto crowded buses, and threading my way through the city's margins on foot. Relatives placated me with hollow phrases like, "They all love you," and suggestions that I should try harder to fit in. These words wore against my heart like sandpaper, day after day. Christy's mockery clung to me like a persistent shadow, never ceasing. She was the radiant sister, while any attempt at my self-defense was met with punishment and reproach. My brightness was deliberately dimmed, my friendships strictly controlled, and even the nice clothes gifted by relatives would mysteriously migrate to her wardrobe, accompanied by comments that, "You can't pull off that look." Yet I knew that even beneath those deliberately unflattering clothes, my light couldn't be completely extinguished. Fate seemed to offer a glimmer of hope in high school, when I found love. But this proved to be the beginning of a nightmare. While I was celebrating my early admission letter, Christy struck like a knife through my remaining illusions. She was pregnant with my boyfriend's child and planning their wedding. She claimed it happened because I had neglected them both for my studies, as if I had orchestrated my own downfall. When my mother witnessed my reaction, I remained as still as a statue. She misinterpreted my silence as maturity, praising me for being an understanding sister. That night, I quietly packed my life away, sealing away years of bitterness. Before leaving, I left only a statement at the police station. I was leaving voluntarily, not missing. Then I severed all ties, focused on my education, climbed the career ladder, and eventually had the wedding of my dreams. Years later, Christy found me on Facebook. Her messages poured out like bitter water. Her husband had betrayed her for a woman who resembled me. Our parents blamed her for my departure. The whole family scorned her child. She swung between self-pity and blaming me, finally threatening to end her life. Facing this emotional blackmail, my heart remained unmoved, as if watching a play that had nothing to do with me. I replied with just a few words. "Do as you wish." Then, I permanently cut all connections. Logic tells me this response might be too cruel, but my emotions had long since been ground to numbness through those years of suffering. Even if she were to follow through with her threat, I doubt I would feel any ripples of emotion. I've blocked all messages from family and old acquaintances. These attempts to pry open my heart will eventually be swept away in the river of time.